Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Is It Wrong podcast with your host, me, Ray Para, and my co host, Dave Cruz. And today, man, we have a special guest, Pastor Bob Beeman. He's the founder of Sanctuary International and a key figure in the Christian metal scene today. He's not only a pastor, but he's a mentor to many musicians. And he's deeply passionate about the intersections of faith and the heavy metal culture. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pastor Bob Beeman.
Thank you. Thank you. Man, it's great to be here with you guys. Thank you
Good,
for
man.
asking me.
Yeah, man. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Great to have you here, man. I'm actually, you know what? Dave and I were talking the other day. I said, man, we're actually going to have Bob Beeman on here. You know what we both said?
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
That
was more
man.
than Ray, but you know.
Yeah. Oh man, Boghead louder said hello. How are you? Oh, is that louder? Bag
Louder. Oh.
Yeah. You know this guy, Baghead and louder.
No.
Okay, yeah, he's on a lot of our podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so Bob, Pastor, what do I call you? Pastor, Bob, baby. What do we call you?
Whatever you want, it's okay.
Just don't
Ray,
call him
we've been friends for a lot of years. You can just call me whatever you like.
Man, we sure have.
Yeah,
We sure
have. Yeah.
I remember when Sacred Warrior first started, we did that California metal thing, and you totally were on our record. You like, I back these guys. I know who they are.
Yes.
And it was just like, what an honor, man, to actually have that. You know, I don't know.
Dude, I was totally blown away. I am honestly one of your biggest fans. I love Sacred Warrior. And you know, and some of those old songs, I'm the guy, you know, those folks that listen to an album so much that they have memorized every breath in the album.
Oh yeah.
I'm that guy for especially the older Sacred Warrior albums.
Oh wow.
Every breath. I don't know how many times I played the cassette.
Well, cassette.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. You know, Pastor Bob, they have CDs now.
Really? Wow.
Hey,
You'll have to show me how to do that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think we're in some kind of a time machine or something, because I've been seeing records again. What's up with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's the coolest thing. I am so glad that I've kept all of my old records. Because there's some classic ones. Yeah. You know, from the beginning. Now, I go back in music to the beginnings of Christian rock. So I've got all the original Daryl Mansfield, Larry Norman, Randy Stonehill, and then even before that, all the original Imperials. And I mean, I go back to just about 1968, 67, I guess.
Wow.
With that kind of music, yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school back then. No.
Yeah. But I've got all that music, and I'm happy that I kept it all. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
Did you grow up in the church?
Yes, I did. Yeah, from the time I was 5 days old, I sat in a pew at the church. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never turned back.
No. You know, I became a Christian when I was 5, and then I was called to be a pastor when I was 6, and I prepared for it from 6 years old.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's been awesome. It's been great.
That is great.
Yeah,
that is great. And you, so let's just go back. So you're talking about Larry Norman and all the bands and everything. How did you make that transition from that to heavy metal to rock and roll, and then to heavy metal, or how'd that all go about?
Yeah, it was actually kind of easy. Somebody's walking behind me.
I see nobody. Jimbo,
hey.
How you doing?
What did he say?
How you doing?
He said Jimbo. I have you in my ears right now. When we'll put him on the speaker in just a bit.
Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know if we're going to do that yet. No.
Yeah.
No, we will.
So it was mostly having gone through the Jesus Revolution, it's called now, but
yeah,
all of those days, there were a few things that I saw that were lacking, and one of them was what I felt like was true discipleship and just a real mentoring, because a whole lot of people, there's Barry. I know who
yeah. What's
Barry
up,
is.
Barry?
There he is. He's a good
Barry's
guy.
actually in your discipleship right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he will
That's
be.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Barry is my brother, man. Love that guy.
he's a great guy.
But anyways,
So
go ahead. Sorry.
so in those days, I felt like if I was ever involved in another movement, I would really dedicate myself to discipleship, and I just had that burden. So I was, I worked in promoting Christian rock. I was an evangelist at that time. I used to travel and talk about music. I am the guy that started backward masking and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I
And
knew you were the guy. You did the Led Zeppelin
yeah,
record, right? Yeah, I knew
yeah,
it.
I did. But but I promoted Christian rock and roll. It wasn't anti-rock. It was like, we've got to make some better choices, and so it was a really great transition. I was kind of an interim pastor in a church in Whittier, California, and Steve Valdez and Sharon Chubin walked in one day. Steve was one of the mentors for Stryper. Sharon is the one that designed the Stryper uniforms and
Oh wow,
all of that. And
she
we
should get an
spent
award for that.
Oh, she was awesome. Jim, she did Barren Cross too, didn't she? Sharon Chubin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did their original
Wow.
costumes. But anyway, so we talked all day and talked about this movement that was just starting. Stryper had just formed. They had just become Stryper from Rock's regime.
Right.
And so I think it was the next week or 2 weeks that we did the first service. Michael Sweet played guitar. We led some worship. We
in church.
Yeah, and Verse Sanctuary service. Yeah, and we had I think we had 17 bands there for this first service, and I didn't intend to be involved with it this long.
Really?
I thought maybe Steve could do it, Steve Valdez, or maybe someone else would take it over. But here we are, 40 years later. 40 years later.
So was that during that time? Is that when you started Sanctuary International?
Yeah, that was when we started. That's 40 years ago.
Wow.
And we didn't have any idea what we were doing. We just thought, well, let's have something maybe on Sunday afternoons for people, see how it goes. And it just got very big very fast. There was a real need there.
And how was it? So here's a cool question: was like for me when we first started going to church after we first got saved, seemed like the congregation was like, oh man, long-haired hippies and leather jackets and earrings and everything. And I remember one day our pastor stood up there and he said, listen, I would rather have a church full of these guys who are hungry for Jesus than a whole bunch of people like you just judging them based on what they look like.
Good for him.
We're like, yeah, man.
Yes.
So how did the church receive Sanctuary? I'm sure because it blew up so quick, people started hearing about it. Did you get a lot of pushback from other churches or people, or everybody think it was pretty cool? Or
we still do. I mean, especially in those days, and there was a real need for Sanctuary and other ministries like it, just because a lot of the Sanctuary crowd, the people that were involved in metal and some of the extreme forms of music.
Yeah, man.
There was no place for them to go.
Yeah.
And so we've been involved, honestly, in mostly heavy metal, but one of the Sanctuary pastors has a band called Christafari, which is a Christian reggae band. And
oh wow,
check this out, Pastor Bob.
Yeah,
it's great that you mentioned Christafari because I met their drummer. Well, he's not in the band anymore, but I met their drummer I think it was last year. Mark Bateman.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife is good friends with his mom. His mom comes to our church. We go to
cool.
Her. So it was like small world, and I got to meet him once. Really nice guy. Really nice guy.
They're really a great band, and they have thousands of people that show up at all of their concerts internationally. They travel everywhere.
Yeah.
But we've
Teddy's
got
got.
that and
Mhm.
just a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Teddy's got a question here. Said, do Sacred Warriors still feel the same way that they did about the subjects covered on Fire from Heaven, or have positions evolved? Absolutely feel the same way. Absolutely. You know, the music we've written and the lyrics that go along with it, it's our conviction. And as long as we're saved, it doesn't change.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't change. I do know that
Yes.
I somebody had gave me a sneak video about a service you had in your church, Pastor Bob. I mean, and they said it was incredible. I'm going to play it real quick.
And then the Lord said,
God is good, baby.
Now, if every church out there did that, the place would be packed.
Oh man,
I know. I think that was Jim Liberty, actually.
Yeah.
You know, he leads the worship. He sets the tone. Yeah.
Oh well, my church, dude. My church, we kind of do like not metal, but we're kind of like well, here I got a video of my church.
Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do. Do 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 it. Do do.
That's it.
Y'all
That's
got
awesome.
shit in your pants.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man. But you know the reality of it is that song right there says only God can do it, and it's so true. Only whatever it is, you know, only God can do it, man.
Yes.
I was talking with somebody earlier today, and just where God had brought them out of their life and what was going on in their life is like, man, only God could have done that. You
Yes.
know, and it's so true. You know, it's so true.
It really is. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But so you're still getting a lot of pushback from the church to this day, huh?
Well, it depends upon where we're at. You know, we've helped start a lot of festivals internationally.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we do a new festival, Ray, where, you know, I meet with the leadership in that region and with pastors, with Christian leaders,
Mm-hmm.
there are always people there that are asking us, please don't bring this satanic Christian rock into our country. And, you know, I mean, it happens every time. It's almost standard.
And it's
then,
crazy.
And I invite them, you know, please come in. You're my guest. Come in and watch. They always leave fans because they see the heart of the festival. They hear the people, they see what's going on, and they understand that even if they don't like the music, you know, God can still use it. And but I think I think that it's just a lack of understanding, and I realize that if I wasn't in the middle of this whole thing, I don't think I would understand a lot of it either.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm that generation. I'm 72 years old. I know that most people my age don't get this.
Right.
You know?
No, and you know what? It's neat because you believe in the youth, you believe in the younger groups, and you always talk about a church without walls. How does that come into effect with all this? Is that part of basically what you're saying? Is we're just all here serving Jesus? Does what is the real meaning about that?
Well, I think it's what God called us to do. You know, church is people. It's not a building.
Absolutely.
I mean, the church meets in buildings with a steeple, whatever, but that's not a church. The people that fill the building are the church.
Right.
And so, but he defines church, and he says, you know, my church are the people that are feeding the hungry, that are providing shelter for the homeless, that are, you know, all of these things, and he defines it. By the way, the scripture that where he talks about our involvement with all of those things is not talking about what we should be doing. He's talking about what Christians already do.
Right.
He said these are the things that you do when you have the Holy Spirit inside it, when he begins to work in your life.
Come on.
So I think when you look at the true church, what church is really all about, it isn't about walls. It's about people. It's about people that need our help. So I think you know that we do a ministry here to the homeless and trafficking now quite a bit in the last few years. Yeah. And so we run into a lot of people. We've got some fantastic people on our staff and that attend church here who
That's
work
great.
daily basis with trafficking, especially, and homeless
Wow.
too, but trafficking especially. And they're there rescuing the children, rescuing moms, and rescuing women who are being trafficked. And one of the ladies actually runs an underground house where they hide women until they can fly them out of town. And I mean, just it's incredible the people that get involved. Not just Sanctuary, but so many people around the world. But it's the job of the church. And so when you see a church with walls, you don't see those people. When you see the church without walls, you begin to see the people in need and the things that we need to do to help them.
Yeah. It's hard to believe. I mean, I know it happens, but it's hard to believe that still happens where people are, it's mind blowing, the human trafficking thing and all that is just. I want to say hi really quick to Barry and Teddy Bates and Teddy and George Wright. George Wright. We need to have a podcast with that gentleman on here.
Yeah.
And you know why, Dave, and George, you know why, and those of you who know George know why.
Yeah.
Chris Henderson, James, just Sonny Carver. Sonny says he has a lot of albums. He loves albums. But man, we want to Ken, David Richards, everybody joining us, man. We just appreciate you guys always being so faithful and coming on here and just having fun with us, and especially today. Bob, you have your own podcast. You're like a big wig, and you're with us. I mean, it's like it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome to be here. I love you guys a lot, and I appreciate what you're doing. And by the way, this podcast you're just getting off the ground. I started at that place too.
Yeah,
You'll
man.
Get there. What you're doing is great.
We've been going a little over a year now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I got a couple of actual pictures here of Sanctuary Church in your building. Oh, it's funny. I can see myself on the thing. I have seen my Sacred Warrior banner. I'm like, oh, you got a Warrior banner in church? It's actually my camera I see.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Look at that. Just speaking the word, baby. Speaking the word.
I wonder where this is at.
Oh, I know where that is. That was during Immortal Fest, and it was
in that practice room.
Yeah, we had it upstairs at another building. Yeah. That's right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good time. Then we had, that was awesome.
It's always a good time over at Immortal.
Yes.
Hey, Tim, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it really is. And Barry, that's his saying right there. Come a stranger, leave a family member.
Yeah.
That is so true and so powerful. It's crazy, man. The anointing that is on that festival is mind blowing. Yeah. You know what I mean? People come, and like let's say it's today. Tomorrow they're already talking about next year.
Yo,
crazy,
absolutely.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost
it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where you say, "Come on, that's enough already." Seriously. Hey, Pastor Bob, what nationality are you?
Well, mostly German.
German.
Yeah. Some Scottish. Yeah.
Dave and I were talking. We heard that you were kind of related to Bigfoot. I don't know if that's any true. I would have never believed it had I not seen this picture right here online. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Dude, there's a striking resemblance.
Is that you?
We look a lot alike, except he might just be a little better looking. Yeah.
I asked Jim earlier today. I said, "Bro, can I pick on Pastor Bob?" He goes, "Yeah, of course."
Of course.
Oh,
we should get Jim in here. I'm going to try to hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to switch my.
Somebody said they started watching you in 2024.
There we go. Jimbo,
Ron Haggerty.
Sit with me. You got to get really close. It's a good thing we're good friends.
Question is, did you shower today, Jim?
No.
Oh my Lanta.
Sorry, Bob.
I
I slathered myself with deodorant.
You know, I can kind of smell it through the microphone. Oh, wait, that's my saliva. Oh, he's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, well, you shower on Saturdays.
And it's only Tuesday. Well, you're good then.
And I'm right already.
He's not that wretched yet, is he?
Yeah.
Jim, let's ask you a real quick question since you're there. How has you being part of Sanctuary made an effect on your personal life with you and your family?
How did Sanctuary, say that again?
How did Sanctuary affect you, your walk, your life? In other words, you being part of that, how has that enriched your life as a Christian?
Well, I'd say just there's a lot of levels of life that it's affected me. I think the first thing that comes to mind is that God doesn't look to our outward appearance, in that He looks at our hearts. And,
that's right.
If that makes sense, I mean, He can use somebody like me. And a lot of years of my life I've been broken, and but I don't know how I wound up such a heart for Sanctuary. I mean, it just was a natural progression. Pastor Bob got involved with Barren Cross early on, and so we had just become good friends through the process of him just being involved with the band. And then just being involved with leading worship here at the church for all these years. And But it just, how's it affected me? It just, I would say that that God doesn't look at the church the same way we do. And I think that when we see somebody with tattoos and piercings and long hair, we just think automatically, those guys.
Yeah,
they're on the fringe. They're part of
devil worshipers.
Yeah, devil worshipers.
There you go.
No, but when I see somebody walking down the street like that, my heart starts palpitating.
Yeah.
Always has.
Yes.
And so
it's our crowd.
Yeah, it's definitely our crowd, and so it's definitely has affected me in a lot of ways. It's I learned how to be a worship leader at this church. I learned a lot about people, about musicians. I thought I learned a lot about musicians being in Barren Cross, but it's really the just being involved with with worship teams and
the reason I asked that it's actually a very focused question.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that is because I know a lot of people that are involved in Sanctuary.
Thank you, dude.
And that have come out. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah, the Amazon guy's here.
Is that the Amazon guy?
Yeah, the Amazon guy.
Get out of here. Tell him to go. No, but I know that a lot of people. I know a lot of people who are involved with Sanctuary, and just like Pastor Bob, you have your spirit. You have a spirit of calmness and gentleness.
Go ahead.
You have the spirit of calmness and gentleness, and very humble, very, very powerful. But a lot of the people that come from Sanctuary, I get that vibe from them. You know what I'm saying? I hear like this real crackling up for some reason. You hear that, Dave?
Yeah.
It's the Amazon truck.
Kind of.
Yeah,
it's like something's crackling in the.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody watching, do you guys hear all that like distortion when we're talking? Let us know.
This is Sanctuary as you do. I mean, only at Sanctuary would you be doing a podcast with Pastor Bob and myself, and then the Amazon guy comes, and he's backing up right now, and it's making a horrible noise.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
and
that
then
crackling
he's going to ask you
sound.
some questions. So.
Oh no, there it is.
Sorry about that, Ray.
No, it's all good. But
what
what I
was
was saying, Jim, is that I know a lot of people that are involved with the Sanctuary
yeah.
Church, and y'all seem to have this same demeanor about you. Just calm, peaceful, just love people. And we all need to have that, and many of us do. But it seems like the way Pastor Bob, when Bob talks, when I talk, I'm like talking like this. Hey, how's it going? Pastor Bob's like, hey guys, today is we have Dave and Ray. Praise the Lord. And
And then he does.
and yeah, and then with yeah,
He
exactly.
does this with his finger.
Yeah. Hey, but when he's on the dance floor, forget about
Shut your trap.
He's doing the Pentecostal shuffle.
there you go. Oh yeah. Oh, did you see what my church worship team is like, Dave? Jim?
Let's see it.
Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do. Only God can do. Do it.
So, which one are you, Larry, Moyle, or Curly, or Shem?
Mo, of course.
You're Mo. Okay, yeah. The head stooge.
But anyway, so what I'm getting at is it's just really neat to see that so many people that have come out of Sanctuary all have that same demeanor about them and stuff, and the thing for you, Bob, is you have a lot of people in the church, and you deal with people all over the spectrum, and probably a lot of people who have been burnt by religion or burnt by churches, and then they come to you and you welcome them, and I know you're changing lives left and right, brother.
Well, I appreciate that, but you know what I think it is mostly?
No. Your hot sauce?
Jim and I have been together for 40 years now. Most of our staff have been here at least 3 decades, if not longer. I've still got Glenn and Sherry Mancaruso. I've still got Steve Casto. I've still got, these guys that have been here forever.
Yeah,
and
man.
Bo is still an associate pastor. He was at the very first service as well.
Right.
So we've got these guys that have been here forever. We've worked together well for this long. We know everything about each other, and we like each other anyway. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, that's good.
But I think, Jim, if I can say, I think we've learned grace with each other.
That's it.
Extended to other people.
That's it.
That's been a powerful message to me. It's been especially as a single man, Ray, because I've never been married, and I'm missing a balance in my life that I really get from my staff. They're not afraid to tell me whatever I need to hear.
Right.
We don't always agree on everything. We can talk about anything, and I think that because we fostered that as a staff, I think we lead by that example.
Yeah.
I just think we are broken leaders leading a church in brokenness with the Lord.
Yeah, and Barry said you have a way of bringing the best out in people, and you do.
Well,
People like to gather around you and be part of whatever Bob Beeman is doing, and it's really cool, man. I love to see it through all these years that you're still the same guy, still loving Jesus, still loving people, even though sometimes we need a good smack in the head.
Well, I appreciate that, and there are times when I need a good smack in the head.
And I'm the first one to volunteer.
He is the first.
You would be.
Yeah. When he needs a good slap upside the head, pick me. I'll do it. Just going along the lines of what Bob was saying is that, for me, it's about family. Like Ray, when you and I and George get together.
George who?
George.
I had to say that.
Yeah, that's right, George who. When we get together, we've known each other for a lot of years, and it's kind of it's family, And
yeah, of course.
And with family, it's never perfect and stuff, but it just has a feeling as come as you are, and when you come as you are, you're bringing your brokenness along with you. You know, and since we've all been in the place of brokenness, I think that it gives you a perspective of I am broken, but God can still use me, and still do great things in the earth, in spite of who I am as a human being.
Yeah,
man,
because,
no doubt.
Oh my gosh, dude! I get, it's like, sometimes I think, how can I still be doing this, after, failure after failure in my own life, and that's one of the great things about Sanctuary is that it's like, it's not where you've been, it's where you're going.
Yeah.
And
No doubt.
it's like, and one of the, look, a lot of folks come in here, they're broken, they've fallen off the wagon straight on their face.
Yeah, man.
Our job, our Pastor Bob and I's job, and Todd Bowe and everybody else is to get that person standing upright and getting back on the horse and riding and doing what God's called them to do.
Yeah.
And, that is church. That's what the church should be doing.
Church 101, baby. That's
Church
right.
101, and we do things at Sanctuary just a little bit different. We have every Sunday, we the first thing we do is we have a big meal together. We have breakfast and Headbangers Brew and
I gotta try that coffee.
oh yeah, it's rocking.
I gotta try it. Yeah.
And so it gives everybody an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And Bob is always saying it, and I'm always saying it. Find somebody you don't know and ask questions about their life.
Mm-hmm.
About their kids, find out about their grandkids, find out about where they went to school.
Yeah.
And I've found that that has created a very healthy environment for spiritual family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really what this is about.
Oh
and
yeah.
I think that people in general, Ray, are if you're a believer, you're starving. So many people are starving for inclusion and starving for spiritual family. And,
they are.
And what we're seeing now, which is really great, is people calling each other during the week, getting together, having meals together, having gatherings together outside of Sanctuary, which we encourage 100%.
Yeah, of course, man.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And
because it really takes you out of the church setting and really lets you get to know everybody as you really are.
Oh yeah, 100%. And and really getting to know. And so I think that's a very unique part. And then of course Bob's teaching is always very good and always timely, and it's a discussion on Sunday. It's, Bob leads with 20 minutes of speaking, and then we have a discussion time where everybody gets to say something and talk about their testimony or their story. And then fellowship, like on Sunday, I mean, people stayed for hours after the service, just chitter chattering, and that's what we love. That's what you do.
Man, true fellowship. Dave, you want to read this? What Sylvester Howenstein said?
Yeah, Arlo Sylvester Howenstein, or Stein, however you say that. He says, Pastor Bob Beeman, this is James Howenstein. Arlo is my therapy cat. My mom passed away in May 2021. She allowed me to watch your teaching when she was 5. She said your teaching came straight from the Bible. Thank you for always following God.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
See, you're even affecting people in so many ways that you don't even know, Bob.
Yeah, I love that. It's Ray, it's a big family. It's a really big family. And, we've, over the last 20, almost 30 years, I have traveled the world with, helping with getting festivals started or one thing or another. And the language changes, but the people are all the same.
Yeah.
We have such a great family. And now I just got back from Europe a couple of weeks ago again, in Sweden and in Switzerland and in Denmark. And the concert the festival we do in Sweden, this is 26 years now of that festival. The one we do in Denmark is 16 years. The one we're doing in Switzerland is 20 years now this year.
You know, I've heard of them festivals, but I don't think we've ever been invited there. So I'm not sure if they're real. I don't know.
Well,
you know where
we can get there. But the point I wanted to make was that, now we've got parents bringing their kids, and the kids are the age that their parents were when they first came. We've got families coming, and it's just really cool to see the community, the metal community, the We Are Metal, We Are Family community.
Yeah.
And just watch them celebrate all over the world, and get stronger and stronger, because it really is.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to grow.
Oh, yeah.
As long as people are hungry for God.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, no. A perfect example of that family feeling, and you're going to totally agree with me, Ray, was when Sacred Warrior played last year at the Immortal Fest at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite times, when we all got up with you guys and we sang Holy, Holy, Holy.
We got to do that again.
Oh my gosh, dude. That just encompassed for me everything that I feel about Sanctuary and about Christian music and Christian metal, and it was just such a divine moment. And
let's do that again this year.
Well, it was
dude. We're going to do the song again every year. We're playing. And we'll do it, man. And that's one of my favorite parts of the festival too, is getting people up on stage and singing that with us. I love that, man. When you do the
picture of that particular moment, that really encompasses the family.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And ironically enough, a lot of my family was up there. My boys, I don't think my wife went up there.
I remember.
She was too shy. Yeah, but
Les Carlson, wasn't Les up there?
Yeah, he's up there every time.
Yeah, Crystal singing with you, and it was
Crystal, man. Hey, listen, since we're on live, and I want the whole world to know, Crystal's in my band, okay, Worldview. You guys are just using her, okay?
No, wait, hold on, wait a minute.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jim.
She's in Barren Cross too. And
I know she is.
No, wait a minute. She's on my worship team.
Oh my gosh. This all these bands that she's in, she's worse than George. I think it's just a big old circus.
Welcome to the circus.
That should be her intro.
Yeah, okay.
I
don't think anybody holds a candle to George for anybody that's been in more bands than George. We should call him Go Around George. But
seriously, read Raby Doll's comment earlier. Raby Doll said that George's head is probably getting big. Already big, bro.
Yeah.
But we love you, George. If you're watching, we love you.
Yeah, we do.
We do. George.
Well, yeah.
You punk.
Oh man, Jamie Corey says hello, Pastor Bob Beeman, Dave Cruz, and the awesome Ray Parra, and I'm going to add the awesome Jim Levert. Come on, Dave. What were you going to say? You started saying something.
I've heard about the barbecues there, Pastor Bob, and and I've had people tell me, man, you need to go, and I need to do that. You're only like 8 hours for me. I'm down in Southwest Missouri, so it's not too
okay.
Far. Yeah.
Well, dude, that'd be awesome. So it's the first Saturday of every month.
Okay.
We call it the Gathering, but it's a big barbecue, and we've always got something going on.
So Dave, just really quick, if you're going to come down, just come down for the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So it encompasses Saturday and Sunday. We have a big meal on Saturday. Our extreme band plays. And then Pastor Bob does a message, and then we all hang out afterwards. And then Sunday morning, we do the same thing, except for we have breakfast. And then our classic worship team, because we're older, we're classic, right? That's another way of saying that.
As my pastor says, seasoned Christians.
But seasoned. But yeah, if you come for the entire weekend, it kind of makes a real fun event,
Absolutely.
Come bring your family and friends or whatever. A lot of people do that.
I need to come out for a long weekend and make y'all some of my famous ribs, man.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh, free barbecues in the back or whatever.
Not just the ribs, Ray's street corn. Oh my goodness,
Ooh.
corn.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Street corn.
Oh, the Mexican street corn. And I got to tell you guys, I'm bragging on Jesus, not me, but I've been told that I make the best prime rib that a lot of people have ever tried.
Oh.
Come on, you got to come and prove it.
Yes,
Yeah, you know,
I need to. Oh, hold on, hey baby,
all
we
you
need to
want.
go. We need to go spend some time in Nashville and make them some prime rib and some ribs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Let's go." She's next in the next room in her studio doing some of her painting stuff, getting ready for her show.
Nice.
But yeah, man.
But yeah, come down for the weekend, man. It's a load of fun, and you'll get to know lots of people. And
Let me show you where we're at, because we're sitting on our property right here. This is my house, and this building right down here. If you can see, that's where we do sanctuary, right down there.
Wow, man.
that's my wife.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
That's incredible.
you just had that whole area built a couple of years ago, right?
Oh,
Well, no, I bought it a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Oh,
But it's,
okay.
yeah, but it's we have 7.77 acres here.
Wow.
God's country, Jim.
yeah, it's so God's country that I had to get on the phone with Verizon and complain I can't get any cell service out.
Yeah, it's true. We're in the middle. We're in the middle of the forest here.
Oh,
just the other day, there was just a herd of turkeys going by with the big Tom with his feathers all out and everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, I almost pulled out my shotgun.
Yeah,
Dude, did you get one?
Agree.
You know what? Them wild turkeys. I don't hunt anymore, but I used to. But the only thing you can really eat on those is the breast. The rest of it is just like really, I don't know. For me, anyways. At least the ones we get down here in Florida. You know, they're.
You got turkeys in Florida?
Yeah, dude, they walk around all over the place.
They're called
turkeys, gators, bobcats, panthers, all kinds of birds.
Have you eaten alligator?
I have.
Is it good?
I have too.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I've had alligator before. It depends. Like I've had where it tastes like chicken or it tastes like fish. It kind of in between there, chicken or fish kind of flavor.
Yeah, kind of. But if it's prepped right, it's really good.
What about frogs? You guys ever have frog legs?
Oh yeah, you can. I like taking them and you take the frog legs before you cook them and just put salt on them, and they actually tweak. Even when you just got like dead frogs, all look it up on YouTube. You will laugh, dude.
That was
you
creepy.
Yes, you've seen that, Dave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the frog legs are doing this as you're chewing on them.
Yeah, when you you put salt on them before you cook them, and then they do that. You know, it's funny. Look it up. Oh shoot, we got 8 comments. Let's read some of these comments. All right, let's see here. Billy G. Vaughn Sr. said, Pastor Bob, Ray, Dave, and Jim. We're all here, Billy. Look at that. Look at that picture of him. That's not really him. We all know that. Oh, Ernie. Our boy Ernie. Sorry, late to the show, but you're here. He's a dedicated man. Yep. This noise is driving me nuts. I'm going to try to speak softly.
We
Gator,
know
very, very much.
Very, very much.
You know, very, very much. Yeah. Fried gator tail is awesome. Indeed, it is.
It is. You know, I just had some in Denmark, of all places.
Oh yeah.
I went to this place that they have. It's a meat place, and you can have all you can eat for like $25 or something.
Nice.
And they had every kind of meat you can think of, and I had alligator, and I also had what are they called? Kangaroo.
Really?
Oh, wow. I haven't had that. How's that?
That was interesting. Yeah.
Right. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Me?
Yeah.
For me, I'd have to say shark. I've had shark before. Shark is really good.
Shark is really good.
Yeah, I've heard
it is.
It tastes
not
like
weird.
Almost.
Yeah.
Gator nuggets are good. Yes. The weirdest thing I've ever eaten, I would say raw octopus.
Oh.
What do you mean? Oh,
Calamari.
Yeah, you get some raw octopus, the little ones. Put some pico de gallo on there, put a little lime on there, some salsa. You put that thing on the cracker and you eat it, and vámonos.
I tried calamari once, and I
What'd you say, Bob?
He said, "Put the lime on the octopus and drink
That's
it
right.
all up."
Oh man.
So the octopus comes out of the sea and is swirling like this, and you
Yes.
put salt and lime on it while it's still moving, and you just pop it in and go
Yeah, you put it on a plate, you wash it real good, and
while it's doing
with
this.
yeah, dude. Because then when you eat it, it's like you got them in your mouth, and his claws are sticking out. Like, no.
dude, I've heard of people doing that, and then it gets stuck in their throat because the tentacles like latch onto the inside of their throat, man.
Dude, they do. They come out of your mouth, and they're like, oh,
Get back in there, like on my tongue.
Like, what's that movie with the sucker thing on the face? Alien?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the thing about going there, it's like the sushi place.
Oh, he gonna be back.
Jim, you have to try.
One on the Chinese restaurant.
Yes,
You go home now.
you've been here for 4
For
hours.
4 hours. You go home.
You eat like killer whale.
You eat like killer.
Yeah. No, not killer whale. Like free Riri. You eat like free Riri.
You go home. You scare my wife.
You be here 4 hours. You go now.
You get out of my stall. You eat like killer whale.
Yeah, he's like, oh look, he go again.
This is not all day buffet.
Oh man,
Dude, I could never get tired of that.
That's funny, man. That's good stuff.
Oh man.
It is. Totally is.
If it crawled on the earth, I more than likely ate it. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Ernie.
just
Rattlesnake.
doesn't mean you should.
Barry and I ate the nitro gummy bear. Did you guys watch that one?
Yeah.
We ate it live on here. He ate 2 of them, and Barry's like, "Yeah, that's pretty hot." I was like,
Yeah.
dying. Oh man, yeah. So if y'all haven't tried live raw octopus, try it. It's good.
I'm finding in my older age now that I'm enjoying food with kick more. A little spice, not too much, but just a little bit of like chili peppers on some things. And
You like the old barbecue style?
what's that?
Well, there's a special. It's kind of a lot stronger barbecue sauce.
Elvis Blade said in the Philippines he ate pig's blood soup.
Ew.
He said I did not eat it. No, but they eat it. No, you ate it, Elvis. Come on, don't lie.
Don't
We
lie.
still love you, bro.
Are you guys Star Trek fans?
I've had it. Yeah.
Star Trek fans?
Star Trek Generation?
Why? What do you got? What do you got? Talk to me.
Klingons eat a dish called gak.
Yuck.
Yeah, gak. You remember that? Gak? It's like worms in a bowl, and they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Blood soup is popular though.
Yeah, have you ever eaten it?
Yeah, I actually had some in Ireland of all places.
Oh wow. How was it?
I didn't know what it was. It wasn't that bad, and then I found out what it was.
And
Then you hated it.
You better not to know.
I've eaten some interesting things before I knew what they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog was another one.
Oh.
Dog?
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Dog? Seriously? You ate dog?
So I knew I work with a guy. He was from Cambodia, and I asked him, seriously, this is true to life. And I asked him, I said, hey, since you're from Cambodia, have you ever had dog? He goes, yeah, Jim. He says, dog is good, but cat better.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dog is good, but cat better. Jim LaBuddy.
Dog is not good, by the way.
And he calls me Jim LaBuddy.
Hey,
Jim the Bear.
no amount of money in the world could get me to eat a dog or a cat. That's
Jim Crockett said, and Brussels sprouts still taste like fart.
So, do you guys know what's in a hot dog?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me.
Nobody
what.
knows what's in a hot dog. Nobody.
Somebody knows. Somebody's got to make them.
I think they just put all the parts in there.
They do.
I used to say that hot dogs were made out of stuff that fell on the floor. They just scraped it all together and made hot dogs out of it.
You know what though? If you're hungry enough and there's nothing else to eat, and you're looking at Fido, he's like, "Hey, come here, buddy." All of a sudden, you're like, "If it's me or you, guess what? You're going on the grill, pal."
Hey, Ray, I always wonder why you had a 3-legged dog.
What's for dinner? Dog leg.
Hey, look there's Ray Parr's 3-legged dog. What happened?
I gotta say,
well, we were having
tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. That's how you get people to eat anything. Tastes like chicken.
Oh my Lanta, man!
Tastes like chicken.
My Lanta.
What does chicken taste like?
Like dog.
Like dog. Like alligator.
Like gator,
dog
yeah,
actually-
yeah.
Dog tastes like a dark meat of turkey.
Does it for real?
Yeah, that's kind of the taste. Except it's a lot drier and a little slimier. But yeah, it's not good. I had it actually in
You
China.
know you were eating dog before or after the fact?
Well, so
Go for it. Go for it.
You got to tell us.
That laugh saying it's got to be something great.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Come on.
What are you talking to me? What?
I guess we didn't catch what you said.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
No, you started saying something, and then you're like, "Should we talk about it?" Kind of, but you didn't
that
actually
was
say.
you, Bob.
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh, I don't know what I was.
It went away.
Yeah. Well, no, I had asked, did you know you were eating dog before or after the fact?
Oh, there you go. There.
So, so the dog meat was China, which was 2000, the year 2000, 25 years ago. In China, they have this round table. We call them lazy Susans here. They go around.
Yeah.
And then everybody takes their chopstick, and you eat off of all the plates as they go around, and that's just kind of the way it's.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You end up taking something and putting it in your mouth before you really know what it is. So I'm putting this meat in my mouth, and during this time I was mostly vegan, by the way. So meat was kind of not something I ate very much at all. And so I put this in my mouth, and I turned to the guy that I was sitting next to, and I said, "So what is this?" And he goes, "I don't think you want to know."
Oh, man.
And of course, later I found out it was actually dog meat.
And when you saw the teeth and the eyeballs and the neck, that wasn't a giveaway.
Well, see, that was a dead giveaway, right?
A dead giveaway.
Oh man, the dead giveaway. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh,
Yes, many years ago when I was living here, I was driving down Nolensville Pike, and it's known for their Mexican cuisine there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of stores and shops and stuff like that. You go in there and you can get products from Mexico. And I remember walking in to this one place, and I looked in the counter, and it was a glass see-through counter, and it said rack of goat head.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, and there was 3 goat heads. And I guess they eat the goat heads. Is that true?
But a whole rack?
Yeah, and it was just the head.
Oh, man.
And it was sitting there looking at you.
That is just gross.
Surely is there different?
Yeah.
Ron Haggerty says, "Does dog meat have more bite?"
Oh, man. Honestly, the toughest meat that I've ever eaten was elk. Elk was just a bite of it took me forever to chew it all up.
Kelp?
Elk, yeah. It was very tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to cook it a little longer than you do other meats, but it's really good. Elk, and then in Sweden I have reindeer a lot.
Oh,
and it's very, very similar because
so that's what happened to Rudolph.
Same family, but you have to cook it like moose. Also, you have to cook it
Have you ever had cabeza? You know what cabeza is? That's Kelly Maxwell Parra. That's actually my cousin-in-law. Say hi to Kelly, everybody. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
She said, I've eaten head. Have you ever eaten head? Cabeza is cow head. The eyeballs, the tongue, the cheeks.
Yeah.
What about
No.
haggis? You ever had haggis?
Well, what the heck is haggis?
Oh man, that's
I'm saying. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, it's. I think it's pig intestines or something like that. They fill it with a bunch of stuff and they boil it. Yeah.
Sorry, this is really digressing.
That's just so wrong, man. Why? Just why?
Oh, what about tripe?
I've had.
Oh yeah, dude. You
had
kidding me?
Dude, I had 3 bowls of that before I found out what was in it, and they're like, "You want some more?" And I'm like, "Nope."
Tripe, we have it in what we call menudo.
Yeah, menudo.
It's like tripe soup. Yeah, it's good.
Dude, I like pozole the best.
Oh yeah. It's the same thing, but without the
See what you started?
without the tripe.
So
I know what's funny is we actually did a podcast on this, on the weirdest things you eat, and now here we are again. Thanks, Jim.
So a long time ago, Barron Cross was doing a concert down in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And we got up in the morning, and we saw these 2 gigantic big pots that they were cooking the soup in, right? And they're going for it. And we were all starving. And I remember they poured out the soup, and we all got our bowls of soup, and I was sitting next to Ray Paris, and we're looking down in our soup, and we're like, "What do you think that is right there, floating in the soup?" Right?
Floating in the soup.
It was cow brain.
Nice.
And I fasted that day, just to let you know.
Did you feel smarter after eating it?
No, I didn't. I just couldn't eat it. It was like
Yeah, ate some cow brain. Next thing you know, he's out in the field grazing and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, it was quite the experience anyway.
You know
those guys in Mexico.
Oh gosh, Rocky Mountain oysters? No, never.
No.
Had.
Oh, really?
No.
I have
Really?
No, you didn't.
in Colorado. I did. Yeah.
Come on, say it isn't
They were
so.
deep fried and breaded, but I did because I needed to say that I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're brave. You're brave.
You know what he did after he ate them? He was do a little dance, make a little love. He's like, "Are these things real?" No, he's like, and they were that big.
Dude, look at that.
What's that?
That's a little while ago. Yeah.
Who is that stud?
I know. I wish.
Better
That's
yet, who is
also-
this
that's
stud?
also 140.
Hey, look at that guy.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's a great guy.
Hey, so just to let you guys know that Bob's been on the carnivore diet for, would you say, a year and a half?
Yeah, but almost 2 years. Yeah.
2 years?
Really?
You know,
What's a carnival diet? You eat like circus food?
No, carnivore diet.
Oh, carnivore.
Yeah, you
Carnival
eat.
I thought you said carnival. Yeah, we eat popcorn and candy. And
Yeah.
he's the Ferris wheel carny.
there you
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the crew keeps shrinking, right?
Carnivore diet.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's all the meat.
how
and
much
stuff,
weight have you
yeah.
About I think about 140 pounds. Yeah, so far.
Good for you, man.
Awesome.
And we've also got the Gordon Ramsay of carnivore chefs that attend Sanctuary here too. So
Come on.
yeah, we do. I mean, he does a podcast channel called Chris Cooking Nashville.
Oh, wow.
He's
Let's check that out.
probably one of the most well-respected carnivore chefs anywhere. And
Wow.
yeah, he and his wife attend here, so we've got some good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice if you have somebody cooking. The thing with the carnivore diet.
About a month ago, and he made a feast for a king. Seriously.
And you never know it was carnivore.
No.
Really?
Bread, carnivore bread. It's only made out of carnivore things.
Huh.
Come on.
I mean, just
For real.
incredible. Yeah.
And
Wow.
they cut up they had these bones, and and I guess you're supposed to eat the marrow in the center of it. And I was like, now that's really weird. I don't know if I'm going to do it. And I took one bite, and it was so good. I was like, man,
I love chicken gizzards.
Man, I want to taking it all out, eating it myself.
Don't they say that the marrow has a lot of protein or something in it?
Oh, yeah. Loaded.
Hey, the marrow is still marrow. It's still marrow, man. I don't know. Just y'all think tripe is weird. Y'all eating the inside of bones, man.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, I don't know. It was just excellent. But let me tell you something, man. I've seen such a transformation in Pastor Bob, just in his energy levels, his speaking. Just a couple of years ago, when he would get up and speak, his voice was real wobbly, and tell he wasn't feeling good. But now, I can't keep up with him. It's just the ideas and the energy. It's there's definitely something to it. So
no, that's good. I know it's my sister's done it for a little while, and she said that she had some kind of diseases that she doesn't have anymore, and just I don't know. I guess if you have the Ramsey family cooking your meals for you, I could do that. But
yeah, that'd be nice, dude. We got to have him cook more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe we have them cook when I come out there, and I can make my ribs, and they can cook some carnivore stuff.
Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm ready.
We'll have the ribs ready to go.
That's it.
Good.
That's it, man. So, man, just really enjoyed having you guys and chilling and
it's been great. It's been great hanging out with you guys. Let's do it again.
Yeah, man. A couple little last things for you, Bob. Where do you see? You've been for over 40 years already doing this. Do you see yourself doing it till you meet Jesus? And what expectations do you have about this?
So we're celebrating 40 years this year, and I'm ready to do 40 more years. To be honest, I'm ready to do 40 more years. Now I'll be 112 years old, but if I can stay around that long. No, honestly, I think I could step out of Sanctuary right now, and Sanctuary would be fine. We've got some of the best leaders all over the world. We've got such great people. I know that the ministry here will continue to go. I'm very excited to be a part of it until I can't be. And a couple of years ago, I thought I was on the way out. I was preparing different people in the staff to kind of take over because I really felt like I wasn't going to be here much longer. I had cancer. I had crippling diabetes. I had, all these things that were wrong, and then God healed them all through just changing the diet and obviously prayer. And I have more energy now that I've had in probably 35 years, and I'm ready to go again. And it's not a coincidence. I realize that God is doing some things. Our movement is healthy. Our movement is we're going through a real revival right now. I see it all over the world.
Yeah.
I see things coming back around. The most popular music right now in a lot of countries in heavy metal is classic metal. Metal. It's all coming back around.
Yeah, man.
And I'm excited that as it comes back around, we've got all of these people. Ray, you've been here for a long time, 40 plus years. We're ready for the next crop because we're ready to mentor, to disciple. And I just think the best days are ahead. Honestly.
Yeah. I see a lot of young generation now. I'll walk by some kids and they're listening to 80s classic metal, and I'm like, wow, even my kids, they're listening to so much of the older stuff, and it's like, it's like this. I listen to a lot of the new music also, but it gets to a point where you're just like, I don't even want to hear that song anymore. And then you put on the classic station, and there's something about when metal, rock and roll and all that first started, it grabbed you, you know. And now it's kind of, in my opinion, it's associated with a movement, like an aggressive movement. You know what I mean? There's a
Yes.
lot of aggression in music. Whereas the older '80s metal, it was just like just rock on and have some good times, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And it was almost more family oriented, and not necessarily father, mother, children, but family, bros and sisters, and people who really connected with each other and felt more like a family.
Yeah.
Music has become very disconnected with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are starting to connect again. And as they do, they're going back to some of the older forms of music.
That's right. That's right. You see this here, Michael and Terry Lucas. That's so where we built our new house. We built our house on a canal. On the other side of the canal is Terry and Michael, our neighbors.
Wow.
And that's them on here saying, Ray. They're probably yelling across the canal, Ray.
Yelling across the canal, and the alligators are.
Jim, I invite you to come over here and go swimming in the canal with me. Don't be scared.
You first.
House. My wife and I, we were out there for Easter weekend. Ray's got a beautiful house.
Ah, praise God, man.
Awesome.
I would love
Praise
that.
Jesus.
Take me out on your boat, brother.
Yeah, bro. I know every time we're out, I'm looking at Facebook and you're out with your son or by yourself or,
Yeah.
you know, love the water.
I had to get a couple new trailer tires a few days ago, and then I'm going to try to get it de-winterized next week in between working. But I can't wait to get out there. And that's
awesome, man.
That's my time. That's my peace time, you know. So.
Yeah.
It's his jam.
Anyway.
Yeah. So listen,
right, guys, well, I'm gonna have to bug out. So
okay, yeah, we're gonna end this now, anyways, Jim. Just hang for 1 second, Jim.
Okay.
Can you hang out for 1 second?
Yeah.
So, everybody watching, man, again, thank you to all the faithfuls. We love you, man, and this, it's growing because you're growing, you know. And Sanctuary Church, just all the lives that have been touched by it, by Pastor Bob, myself included, and Dave. You know, everybody. A lot of the people that have commented today said that they know Bob or been affected by him. Guys, keep praying for him. You know, let's pray for the family, the God family, you know, for everybody here. And I pray that we would all continue this great friendship. Like you said, Bob, you and I have been friends, and Jim, for years, man.
Yes.
You know, and I want to be able to keep that. And with all the new family and friends that we're meeting at Immortal and stuff, just keep it going, guys. Share the love, spread the love, you know. And thanks for being on here. Thanks for letting me pick on you, Bob.
No, I love it.
That was fun, man.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, for sure. And all you guys, as you're in prayer and everything, remember Pastor Bob, you know, he's getting in better health and all that. And this is what we want to remember you like this, Bob.
Shut your trap.
That's classic.
Oh, man.
Bob Beeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen, man, we love you guys. Pastor Bob and Jim, hang out for one. Jim, you can go ahead and go.
Okay.
But Bob, hang on 1 second. I'm going to end this live stream.
Yeah.
But again, guys, everybody who watched, subscribe. Help us reach that 1,000 member. We're almost there, guys. It's really neat. It's actually blown me away. And also subscribe to Sanctuary. Pastor Bob has a great podcast. Any last words you want to say there, Pastor Bob?
Well, I appreciate what you're doing, Ray, and I'd like to have you on my show again.
Okay.
And let's promote your show.
Let's do it.
Because we're all doing this together. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, man.
And, let's get over that 1,000 mark, and let's take it to 10,000.
Hey, I'm totally down with that.
Let's do it.
Ooh,
yeah.
I just got dark. There we go.
That'd
all right, buddy. I
Well,
love you,
love you
Pastor
guys.
Bob. And we love everybody watching.
Thank you for having me on.
My pleasure, man. My
Hey,
pleasure.
remember, everybody, is it wrong?
It is not wrong. Hang in there for a second, Bob.